Longlegs. I think you might enjoy this less. This is a super creepy horror film starring Micah Monroe, who made her genre name with 2014's It Follows. Written and directed by Osgood Perkins, who is the son of Anthony Perkins, who played Norman Bates in Psycho. Osgood Perkins' first toe in the waters of cinema was that he appeared as the young Norman Bates in Psycho 2. He has now developed a very interesting career as a director. Longlegs is his latest film. Here is a clip which is actually part of the trailer.
I saw a beast rise up out of the sea with 7 heads and 10 horns. And on his horns he wore 10 crowns. And on each head was written a blasphemous name.
What aren't you telling me?
He'll kill and kill again.
I know you're not afraid of a little bit of dark. Because you are the dark.
It sounded very Book of Revelation.
Well, yes, there is a lot of Book of Revelation. I do love that. Because you are the dark.
That's a very good line.
It's very good. America, 90s, FBI agent Lee Harker finds herself working a case which appears to be a serial murderer. In each case, an entire family has been slain, with one member committing suicide after killing the family. But what if it's actually a murder? What if it's actually somehow enabled by somebody else? And Lee has semi-psychic abilities. Very early on, there's a scene when they go door to door looking for somebody, and she just arrives on the street and points to the house and goes, that's it, it's that house, that's the one. She's also got these strange memories that as a young girl she was visited by a long-legged figure played by Nick Cage, who's basically playing it as a cross between, the long-legged scissor man from the nursery rhyme, from Tom Suckerthumb, and the tooth fairy from Silence of the Lambs. And he calls her Nearly Birthday Girl, and somehow these things, her semi-psychic abilities, whatever, somehow they're interconnected, but how? So here's the thing with Longlegs. It's genuinely creepy. I mean, I think it's got a real atmosphere of dread. If you think of something like It Comes at Night, which I really liked. But then that's all mixed in with satanic revelation from the Book of Revelation. I mean, if you The Omen, which was basically the book that I think that The Omen was the film that introduced a modern audience to, there's a Book of Revelation. I should have a look at that. If you imagine The Omen was actually an independent feature made by A24, you'd get something of the sense of this. It opens.
Explain what that means.
Well, so
A24 is just a thing that comes up at the beginning of a
yeah.
film.
So A24 are these film distributors, producers, and they are sort of at the forefront of what gets horribly referred to as heightened horror. They kind of make weird, creepy films that are not just some guy running around with a knife, but they've got, mood and atmosphere. As I said, an elevated horror, that's the phrase, not heightened horror, okay. Elevated horror, which is a complete nonsensical phrase. And actually, it's a weird thing, which, A24, like you said, you see it at the beginning of a movie, you kind of know what kind of film you're going to get. And the kind of film you're going to get is kind of Longlegs. This opens with a quote from Mark Bolan, which is, well, you're slim and you're weak, you've got the teeth of the Hydra upon you from Bang a Gong. And it actually makes very good use of needle drops, which I think you would enjoy very much. It's also got a terrifically unsettling soundscape score that's full of all these kind of creaks and groans. Nick Cage's performance is completely bonkers. I mean, it is proper, full-on Nick Cage, mad as a box of frogs. But Micah Monroe is completely deadpan and removed, and actually those two things work very well. I mean, it's got some deliberate jokes in it, not jokes as in, quack, quack, oops, nods or anything like that. There are just some scenes that are cut in a way that makes them laugh out loud funny, but deliberately. It's one of the first films with a sort of satanic conspiracy and a revelation thing in it that actually didn't make me just roll my eyes and go, "Oh, for heaven's sake, this is just I can't be doing this." Great supporting performance by Blair Underwood, Alicia Witt, Lee's mum. When she rings home, her mum keeps asking her, "Are you still praying?" I hadn't seen any of the director's previous films, and I was told by a fellow critic, "Oh yeah, you should see the other ones because they're really interesting as well." So I am going to track them down. This is properly eerie stuff. I really liked it. I really liked the atmosphere of dread. I thought Nick Cage was having a great time, and it was genuinely, properly unsettling in a way which I really enjoyed.
Bang a Gong is, of course, in the UK, Get It On, and in America, it's Bang a Gong,
Oh,
brackets, Get It On.
I didn't know that. It has a different
Yeah.
title. Why?
Yeah. Well, don't know. Interesting, really. But yeah, so Get It On here, and in America, Bang a Gong, brackets, Get It On. Who knows?
There we go. Well, listen, Dr. Pop, I think you would
Yes.
enjoy this film for its Dr. Popness.
Oh, okay. Well, in which case, will it be a streamer-tastic thing?
Well,
I
yes, but
suppose
go and see it in a
eventually
cinema. I mean,
everything
you'll
is.
be able to see, you can see everything on streaming at some point, but it is a cinema release at the moment.
What did you say about the skills? Psychological
Yes,
skills.
that she has sort of psychic skills, which is,
Sort of psychic skills.
well, they are psychic, or are they? Or are they just intuitive? The FBI agent that she works with says, "We're just going to call you ultra intuitive," because
Okay,
literally, which
fine.
I think is a great phrase.
It's just that one there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right, that's Longlegs. That does sound very good, and the trailer sounded rather good as well. And we'll talk more about Nick Cage in take two as well.